Sarah Boone is on her second appeal lawyer. Order appointing appellate counsel. This matter is before the court on the 18th of December 2024, for the court to appoint appellate counsel. Based upon the foregoing, it is hereby ordered and adjudged that Allen Holland, Esquire, is relieved from further representation of the defendant in the above styled cause, and Joshua Adams, Esquire, is hereby appointed to represent the defendant in this cause. Done and ordered in chambers at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, this 18th day of December 2024. Michael S. Kranick, Circuit Court Judge. Now, to be clear, this is not Sarah Boone's fault. The first person appointed doesn't actually do appeals, so they had to get someone new. I will say that it is kind of, I believe, incorrect to say it's not truly, purely Sarah Boone's fault, because remember, there was a conflict of interest and they were going to have a little bit of an issue, it sounded like, getting her an appeals lawyer. But she is on number 2, which is very, very on brand for her. I did mention this in a community post, but I just wanted to make sure people were aware that it wasn't like a breakdown in communication or anything like that. They just picked someone who doesn't do that type of work. Now, with that being said, I thought I would take a moment to talk about some things I have planned out maybe for the future. I have a list of different things to cover. I haven't had a lot of time lately free, but Lori Daybell, she is deemed competent to represent herself, and I believe her new trial starts in March. Now, what's interesting about her is, of course, she's already gone through an entire case. There's an entire case there that I know very, very little about. That is to say that I have listened to a couple videos of commentators talking about it and covering it, but I have not done personally any sort of a dive. So something I might do when I find time, I think, is try to keep some notes, go through the Lori Daybell case and the trial, talk about it, if nothing else, just to have that video for my own review as a refresher in March before she represents herself. So if you're interested in that, I do have that kind of listed out when I find the time. Let's see here. There's one case, I'm not sure if I'll cover it all. It is Jamie Komorowski. I believe that is, I might be misremembering. I just have the names listed out. I believe that is the woman who, drunk driving, hit a newlywed couple. And there's a lot of jailhouse calls that do not suggest she might really have a lot of remorse, to put it lightly. I also have had a lot of people mention the Courtney Clenny case. That is something that I have listed out here. And there's a lot of text messages, I think, and like hearings and stuff. There's a lot I want to go through. It's kind of finding the time. Now, being honest, I'm still playing games with my friends. New game came out. Never really get a chance. We're enjoying ourselves because they're off for the holidays. But I might find some time this weekend, in the next few days, and try to get it out. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get something out maybe for the Lori Daybell. I'm going to try to get it done, but like by Christmas Eve, before Christmas, I might fail. If I do fail, Christmas Day, of course, all my friends are busy, and family that I would be visiting have now informed me that it appears they're going to have to work. So instead, I might be working on this video. If that is the case, I don't think I'll release it on Christmas Day. That seems like a bad idea. I know people like to watch live videos, and people are busy on Christmas. So if I don't get it done Christmas Eve, I would not expect the video on Christmas Day. I'll put it that way. and I'm just checking out other cases. What I'm also just kind of taking a chance because I haven't had as much of a chance while I'm playing this game. I'm putting things on in the background, and I'm listening to other cases that other channels have covered lately to maybe find something that sparked my interest to do a deeper dive myself. That is something that I actually have been doing with Lori Daybell, and that's why I think that's the one that's really pulling me in at the moment. Now with Sarah Boone, there's no update with her civil case. There's no new letters out. There's no jailhouse calls out. If you followed, how do I want to put this? There's a bunch of different cases, and sometimes people will call out of jail, and the person receiving the call or making the call into the jail, receiving the call, they will record it and post it online. That hasn't happened with Sarah Boone yet. I would not be shocked if she's doing interviews with certain media outlets or things like that. She's probably been told not to for her appeal's sake, but appeals can take an extremely long amount of time, and I don't think Sarah is going to be able to stay quiet for that long. I have been checking multiple online communities and hashtags and things for any updates with Sarah Boone specifically, and of course, nothing's really there. Most people are just kind of discussing if she actually showed remorse, would it have changed her sentence? That is like a common thing. Also, people ask, was she actually, was she judged for what she did to George, or was she judged for her attitude and the way she is? And honestly, I mean, she was judged for what she did to George, but her attitude didn't help, and what she said at sentencing didn't help. I do say that a lot of people think the judge came in knowing 100% he's giving her life. Personally, I wouldn't be shocked if he was torn between like 30 years in life and Sarah solidified it, right? I think it's safe to say that if Judge Kranick had went in with any doubts about life, Sarah Boone removed those doubts, that she deserved it after her statements, especially about the Torres family and George. And he's probably feeling very vindicated after seeing her letter, because I have to assume that Judge Kranick read her letter that she sent to him after the case. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to stop myself. With that being said, as I said, I have I have more than that. I have some other cases. Just literally, I find an interesting case or something that might be worth covering, and I've just been chucking it into a folder with like text ideas and stuff like that. It just really depends on what draws me in and the time I have. I think Lori Daybell might take a little bit because I feel like there is a significant amount to like review. If I want to like give a good video that could possibly be used to like catch up before her representing herself, I'd probably do a video that would go all the way up to where she was deemed competent to represent herself, which was recent, a few days ago. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I am going to keep checking the Sarah Boone docket. It's just a couple quick checks a day. You know, it's a habit at this point. If anything pops up, I'll let you all know. It is listed still as closed, of course. It's eerie, Sarah being this quiet. I have to imagine she's not quiet by choice. And I really think she's going to make public statements against her appeal lawyer, either because I would not be shocked if her appeal lawyer, which from my understanding doesn't have to meet with her. I wouldn't be shocked if they meet with her one time and then never meet with the woman again, and Sarah completely and utterly has a meltdown over that fact and demands like to represent herself or something like that. But again, we'll see. This is just for completionist's sake. I thought I've already put it in the community post, but I thought I should just make a video mentioning that she did not fire this lawyer. This lawyer did not quit because he doesn't like Sarah Boone. And I just wanted to give a little update on the channel itself. And hopefully you're all enjoying your holidays.